Alright guys, this is Kwaku Knows It All, and what do you think I know? Well, let's find out.
In case you thought every word in most of our Ghanaian languages are strictly from our language, then you need to think again. There are a lot of words in most of our Ghanaian languages that are not native to us. Just as we believe the English adopts a lot of words from other languages, it is the same way we also have a lot of other languages lingering in ours. Not every word you assumed was spoken in many Ghanaian languages are actually an original word from that language. There are many words from many Ghanaian languages we speak these days that seems to be originally Ghanaian, but they are not. Due to the slave trade and trading with the Portuguese and other Europeans, Ghanaians picked a lot of their languages and made it their own. Hence, a lot of Ghanaian languages are bridled with Portuguese words. Also, because we didn't know the names of certain products they introduced to us, we adapted the name they gave to us, but we mispronounced them and made it ours. There is also the history of Ghanaians who were enslaved to work on Brazilian plantations, and after the abolition of the slave trade, many were sent back home and they had blended their local languages with a lot of Portuguese words. This group of Ghanaians who were termed as Tabon people or Afro-Brazilians helped propagate the mixture of Portuguese words in our Ghanaian languages. In case I just piqued your curiosity, then sit back, relax while I reveal to you 15 Ghanaian words you probably didn't know were borrowed from the Portuguese. Number 1. Pano. The word pano in Twi, which is translated into English as bread, is actually a Portuguese word. This word was borrowed from the Portuguese during the slave trade, but interestingly, it has got nothing to do with bread. In Portuguese, it actually means cloth and not bread. Asemoni palava. It's a popular old high life song by the legendary high life singer George Darkon, which gained waves in the 70s. Many enjoyed the song when it was released, but few really knew where the word is coming from. Palava, which has been fused into the Twi language, is translated as problems, is actually a Portuguese word meaning a long discussion or procedure, and in Portuguese it's spelled P-A-L-A-V-R-A. Got it? Yep. Number 3. Tabo. Well, let me leave it there. Anyway, in Tabo or Tabo as we pronounce it in Twi is actually a Portuguese word, and it also referred to as wood in Portuguese, and it is pronounced Tabo in Portuguese. Number 4. Forno. The common name for an oven in Twi is not an original Twi word. It is actually from the Portuguese, which is also translated to mean an oven. You should know that the Portuguese trained us in baking. Number 5. Safi. Usually, when the word sounds familiar in many dialects, you should be suspicious. The word Safi is common in a lot of Ghanaian languages, but it will interest you to know it is not originally Ghanaian. The word comes from the Portuguese word chave, which also means key, like we have in many Ghanaian languages. We couldn't pronounce it properly and it became Safi instead of chave. Number 6. Abolo. Abolo, as we affectionately call it in the Ga and Ewe language, is actually a Portuguese word which means cake. But it wasn't pronounced abolo like we've termed it, it was pronounced bolo. It is just like how Shinkafa the Wache metamorphosed into Wache and now others call it Awache. Number 7. Tilapia. The popular fish consumed by many Ghanaians got its sexy name from the Portuguese. Kobe is originally ours though, but in Portuguese it is pronounced tilapia. Number 8. Cobre. The Twi word for copper is cobre, but it will interest you to know it is not an original Twi word. It was borrowed from the Portuguese, which also means the same and pronounced cobre. Number 9. Prego. The fancy word for nails is prego, and the Twi word for the same word is dadwa. And if we say fancies are part of the Akan clan, then where did they get the prego word from? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Prego is a Portuguese word which also stands for nails. Number 10. Eguare. The word eguare is predominant in the Kriapim language, and it means to bath or a bathroom. This word may sound different in other Akan dialects, but what you need to know is that it is actually a Portuguese word which also stands for water. The word was coined out of Portuguese word eguare or egua. Number 11. Enconta. In the Akan dialect, when someone says me bunkonta, it means they are calculating. In another sentence, if they say be bunkonta, it means come and account for it. The word sounds native, right? But surprisingly, it is not an Akan word. It was actually borrowed from the Portuguese. In Portuguese, they say a conta, which means to account. I'm sure this was generated from accountants who worked with the Portuguese. Number 12. Corpo. I'm sure you probably thought the word corpo, which translates to a cup in English, was probably coined out of the English word, but far from it. The word was rather coined from the Portuguese word o copo, which means cup or a glass. The right Twi word is crua. Number 13, camisa. In case you've never heard of this word in the Twi or Ghana language, it means an underwear or a vest. The word was actually borrowed from the Portuguese, camisa, which actually means shirt. Number 14, agulha. The Ghanaians have this needle they use at the seashore to sew torn fish nets. The name in Ghana is agulha. Well, it will interest you to know that word is not originally a Ghanaian word. It was adulterated from the Portuguese word agulha, which means needle. Number 15, tudo. Let me add this as a bonus. The name Tudo Market was derived from the Portuguese word which means everything. The area where the market is situated now was once occupied by Portuguese traders who used to boast that it is only in their market that you will find everything you need, and they used to hawk their goods by saying tudo to signify we have everything. It was later abandoned by the Portuguese and taken over by the Lebanese and Syrians, but the name still remained as Tudo till today. So in case you're wondering how we came by the name Tudo Market, there you have it.
Alright guys, thanks for watching, and for more videos like this, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok and Twitter, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.